Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy here to bring you your May 2022 general reading. We're looking at the first 2 weeks of May from the 1st through the 15th, and this reading is for our Rams, the fire sign of Aries. Welcome, everyone. I hope you're all doing well. Thanks for taking the time to be here, and thank you for all your likes, shares, subscribes, support, feedback, comments. Those of you who reach out for personal readings, always a note of gratitude. Thank you. So this is for Aries for the first 2 weeks of May 2022. That's if your sun, moon, rising, or Venus sign is in Aries. It's also relevant if you're cross-watching for an Aries. It's going to resonate a little differently for everyone, of course. It's a general reading. So if you know all of your signs, sun, moon, rising, and Venus, watch them all because each one can bring in a little additional perspective and insight into what's going on in your life. And if you find that something does resonate with you, you'd like to take a deeper look at something, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can also get that contact info by clicking the description link, the little arrow with this video. I'd be delighted to hear from you, and I can usually respond the same day with more information. I do offer a wide variety of readings in all areas of life, and I work pretty hard to try to be fairly timely in scheduling as well. So if you're interested, send me a message. All right, Aries, let's see what the first half of May looks like for you. I'm using the Tarot of Dreams and clarifying with, what am I using? Legacy of the Divine. Okay, we begin with the Four of Coins, the traditional miser card. It can represent savings, being economical, being frugal, but it can also represent being on the miserly side, not wanting to give out, not wanting to share, either financially, materially, or emotionally, being very protective and guarded. He's giving a glimpse of his treasures here, but he's not going to give you any of them. With the Ten of Wands. Now, tens in the tarot represent the ending of a cycle, or a cycle winding down to its completion or fulfillment, coming full circle. The Ten of Wands is a heavy burden, something that's been carried for quite some time, and it's reached the end. It's time to lay this burden down. It can be a card of feeling overwhelmed, like, straw that broke the camel's back. I don't want to do this anymore. Or perhaps I don't want to give anymore. I mean, one can look at this a couple of different ways. That might be someone who, on a financial and material level, the Four of Coins can represent needing to be very careful and economical about dollars and cents, and just kind of feeling overwhelmed or feeling tired of being that way. It can represent that you don't want to perhaps give in a situation what is being asked of you or required of you. It could be some of you, you're just tired of your own, there's a sense of feeling tired with a cycle of something and not wanting to do it anymore. Next, we have the Hanging Man. This is a card of not taking action. Hanging upside down, traditionally from the tree of knowledge. Learning, gaining different perspective because you're seeing something in a different way, but you're not taking decisive action because you're waiting to see how something's going to play out. Kind of being in stasis and limbo. With Justice, reap what you sow. There's a strong implication of honor, transparency, doing the right thing, making sure things are equitable and fair. Waiting to see if justice will be served, or perhaps maybe contemplating what the right thing to do is here. I'm getting, Aries, a kind of a strong sense of reluctance and resistance to doing something which may be considered to be the right thing, whatever that is. But we'll clarify. Next, we have the Chariot, success on a difficult path, staying focused, staying ambitious on your goals. It's a very determined card. It's a card that represents winning because you refuse to give up, sheer determination. Sometimes it can represent taking a journey, taking a trip. With it, we have the Fool, starting a brand new journey, taking a trip. The Fool is the very first major arcana card in the tarot, and it represents the beginning of the whole tarot journey, which is about learning, growing, and evolving. Sometimes, though, it can represent doing something that is foolish or foolhardy. The energy I kind of get from the Chariot and the Fool here, Aries, is somebody, whether it's you or somebody else, just kind of saying, look, I'm just going to do what I want to do, and that's just it. From the bottom of the deck, the overall energy and focus is you, the Emperor, which is attached to the sign of Aries. It can represent somebody who's a little older. It's the traditional father figure of the tarot. Somebody who's very disciplined, routine, sometimes can be a bit stubborn and domineering. The Emperor rules an empire. All the kings and queens answer to the Emperor. One might say the Emperor embodies all of the kings and queens. The Emperor can be very strict, even though he's also very responsible. And this is your sign. There's kind of again, I'm getting kind of a stubborn, reluctant, resistant energy here. I mean, which can fit the Emperor sometimes, because the Emperor is, this is the way that it's going to be done. This is the way that I've always done it. Therefore, this is the way it's going to be. Kind of a this way or no way kind of energy. Well, let's clarify the Emperor. Judgment. Judgment is a major arcana card, and it speaks about being at a major crossroads. It typically shows up when there is a choice to be made, a profound, potentially, life path altering choice. It is sometimes called the second chance card. So if this is another opportunity you have to make a decision about a situation, which looks like it's probably been going on for some time with the Ten of Wands, the indication is perhaps doing something different than you have before, because that could profoundly alter your life path either way. So a pretty significant, important decision. And judgment is usually final, meaning, even if the present decision or choice or crossroads that you're at doesn't seem really big, the outcome of it will be, and probably final, because judgment is usually typically pretty final. Meaning whatever choice you make, that's the path you're going to be, stuck on, whether for good or not good, right? So consider carefully. With the Knight of Cups, love, support, encouragement, driven offer. Knights represent offers and opportunities for change, something to be accomplished. The Knight of Cups is the Knight of Water. That's the element which governs this cup. It's an emotional energy, our emotional landscape. So the Knight of Cups kind of goes charging forward, wearing his heart on his sleeve. There's nothing hidden about the Knight of Cups. Every emotion is right there. It's come live with me and be my love. The Queen of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, showing up as a female, but this is a general reading, so it could be a male. So there's a choice. There's a choice in front of you. And whether the choice seems particularly significant or not, the outcome of it will be. It looks like it's some kind of, could be a love romance sort of thing here, because this is a love offer or a love-driven offer or opportunity for change, but it looks like a major one. It might be something like marriage or living together or something of that sort, some kind of major choice. That includes another individual here. Let's clarify the Four of Coins. It might be an offer that this person has made to you, or an offer that you're considering making to this person. Like, for example, if this is a romantic relationship, it could be, marriage or something else, or something that includes that. But there's a reluctance here to do it. Clarify Four of Coins, our miser card. King of Wands, there you are again. Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus. This is your energy, withholding, wanting to hold on to what you have. The Two of Coins, again, crossroads, needing to make a choice, a decision to do one thing or the other thing. One more, the Four of Wands, another one of the happy home cards, one of the traditional wedding cards, celebratory energy, strong connection to home and family here. There's a choice here, but it's a choice you're reluctant to make. Some of you, this is a romantic relationship of some kind, and some kind of level of commitment is on the table, like a deeper level, whether it's getting engaged, getting married, moving in together. It looks like, I think with justice here, it looks like it's seen, and I can understand that if it's marriage, the convention. It feels like you're being presented, and probably have been a few times, with doing something or being asked or wanted to do something which is viewed conventionally as the right thing, the honorable thing to do, but you're reluctant to do it because it feels like you don't want to give out. You want to keep things the way they are. You don't want it to require anything more of you, but it would. So there's this reluctance here. Let's clarify the Ten of Wands. The end of a burden, or feeling whelmed, feeling like something has to stop. The Nine of Coins, independence, self-sufficiency, self-empowerment, self-confidence. Somebody who's worked hard to get to where they're at, which the Emperor has, and they don't answer to anybody. They don't want to answer to anybody. This is a card of not needing anybody, not needing to consult with anybody. This is a very independent individual. And the Eight of Swords is kind of the opposite. It represents feeling trapped, feeling held back. By what? By these swords. The Suit of Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our mental landscape, our intellectual landscape. So it's all about how we look at things, our ideologies, belief systems, perspectives. So this person is being held back by something going on in their head. I can't because of this, or I can't because of that, or I feel stuck. It feels, Aries, and the first way that I read a spread of cards is the strongest emotional message I'm getting, paired with what I'm seeing through the cards and what Spirit is allowing me to channel. So when I'm seeing this, first and foremost, as a relationship, there's a relationship here. It feels a bit complex, like it's been going on for some time, but on the other hand, not so complex, because it feels like for some of you, this is a challenge of marriage. Maybe you're in a long-term relationship, maybe even you live with them, but there's something, we have a convention here that you're being expected to do, asked to do, but you don't want to, because then it means a life shift where you have to include somebody else in the decisions you make, which perhaps you don't like doing, or you come from a long pattern of not having to do that. And so while there may be love and caring here, there's a reluctance and a resistance to move it forward in any way, because you view it somehow as a prison or a trap or something like that. Or maybe not a prison or a trap, but something that feels confining or cloistering. It might, for some of you, it might not be like getting married. It might be some other issue. But because this is a general reading and how the specifics come out are going to vary depending on, who's watching and what's going on in your life. But the fundamental message and energy remains the same. It feels like you're waiting for, being asked to do something which is considered conventionally the right thing to do or the honorable thing to do. Or the moral thing to do to a large group of people, which is what convention is about. But there's a reluctance here, because then it means that you attach yourself in a way that you have perhaps resisted doing for some time. Clarify the Hanging Man. The King of Cups, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, showing up as a male, but it could be a female. We already have the Queen of Cups here. The Hanging Man. I'm not sure who this... I mean, it's not possible to really, truly, specifically clarify court cards in a general reading. This is not you. This is somebody else who is somehow involved in this situation. And they're waiting. They're waiting, I think, perhaps to see what you do. Perhaps this is somebody who's been trying to talk to you or counsel you in some way. the Ten of Cups, the other happy home card, also the other traditional marriage card, home, family, marriage, childbirth. I feel like this King of Cups represents somebody who's been trying to talk to you about this or help you or counsel you or something. Clarify justice. The Knight of Swords. The sort of mailman of the tarot. He brings news, information, and conversation and action, right? The Page of Swords gathers the information and delivers it. And then when he matures to the Knight of Swords, this is taking all of that and being action-oriented about it, trying to manifest something. This would be more mental and conversational. I really feel like this King of Cups here, because this is all clarifying the same thing. The Hanging Man and Justice, with the clarification of the King of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and the Knight of Swords. This looks like ongoing conversations or somebody that's waiting to see if you'll do what they consider to be the right thing, trying to talk to you about it, trying to counsel you about it. Now, for some of you, this might be reversed. Like, it might be you waiting for someone to do this or trying to talk somebody into doing this. Clarify the Chariot. The Five of Swords, also a very ambitious card. It's a hard-won victory. It means winning at all costs, regardless of what the cost is. The Eight of Wands, fast movement, conversations, travel. There's a lot of, this feels like somebody, especially with the Fool, it feels like somebody either will or strongly wants to cut and run, whether it's you or the other person here. It feels like somebody's just like, no, I just want to do what I know to do, what I've always done, what feels good to me. I don't care what it costs. I just want to cut and run. That's kind of what I'm getting. The Devil, toxic negative cycles. I think this is something you or this other person has been doing for some time. The Two of Cups, the traditional soulmate card. For many of you, this is likely just a relationship reading. It's like, feels like one person wants to move it to the next level, potentially marriage, or some kind of deeper level of responsibility and commitment. While there doesn't appear to be any lack of love and caring between the two of you, one of you, likely you, but one of you is reluctant to do that. You're afraid of what it's going to cost you, or they're afraid of what it's going to cost them. And so there's this sense of wanting to cut and run, which looks to be kind of a pattern, an unhealthy pattern, whether it's you or the other person, because they don't want to deal with it. It's just easier to kind of leave or pretend things are fine and just kind of leave. Clarify the Fool. Seven of Wands, defensive, protective energy. The Chariot again. The Nine of Cups, the wish fulfillment in kind of a decadent sort of sense, having everything that you want, your cups overflowing with abundance. This feels like, somebody who just wants what they want, no matter what it costs, and they want to stick with the same cycle, which looks like it's proving to be unhealthy for a relationship. There's a strong possibility of somebody just cutting and running, whether it's you or the other person. There's a third party involved here, and I don't mean in a romantic sense. I mean in, like, somebody's trying to talk to you, talk to the two of you, or try and counsel you or convince you to do this thing. But somebody's like, no, I want to have my cake and eat it too, but I don't want to have the responsibility of it. That's kind of what I'm picking up here, Aries. Interesting. Don't shoot the messenger. That's what I'm picking up. But some of you, it might be in the reverse role here. All right, let's wrap this up with any advice, guidance from Spirit for Aries for the first half of May 2022. The Emperor again, definitely for you. The Three of Coins, this is teamwork, collaboration, compromise. This is everybody working together for the same goal. The World, the last major arcana card in the tarot. This represents a cycle completion and fulfillment. You've graduated and now you're moving on to the next level. It's taking something to the next level because it's a card of graduation and completion. So Spirit is advising you, whether you take it or not, free will or free agency, is to work with, to be on the same page with everybody involved in here. This is taking something to a new level, a new level here. Again, if this is a marriage issue, it would be moving into that, you know, kind of working, maybe getting counseling, working on bringing something to another level, to the next stage, because the world is graduation. It's interesting because I kind of get this feeling, channeling Spirit's message to you, Aries, a little bit, I don't know if it's patronizing, but like, look, this is the right thing to do. Do the right thing. I know you don't want to because you're afraid. Maybe you've had negative, experiences in the past around this issue, and you're afraid of that happening again if you try it again. But Spirit is saying, look, there's teamwork here. There's working together to take this thing to the next level. You don't have to do this on your own, even though that may be what you're used to doing. Okay, Aries, those are your messages for the first half of May. I hope you found them useful, validating, or at least gave you some food for thought. Again, if any of this resonates with you, you'd like to take a deeper dive on it, reach out for a personal reading for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me directly at maggie1maguire@gmail.com. I'd be delighted to hear from you. You can also get that contact info by looking at or clicking on the description link. I will see all of you in a couple of weeks for the May mid-month readings. Stay safe and well. Hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.